WHA continues to track all the latest developments on the World Health Assembly today. Let's begin with all the top developments coming in from Taiwan as well. After much speculation, we can now confirm that Taiwan will not be participating in the World Health Assembly meeting later today. Despite a massive international campaign, the UN body has once again chosen to ignore Taiwan's request. Taiwan's foreign minister said that his country received no invite from the World Health Organization. The governing body of the WHO is meeting later today, and there was speculation that Taiwan might be invited as an observer state. But in the end, the WHO yielded to pressure from China. Foreign Minister Joseph Wu lashed out at both Beijing and the UN health body. He accused the WHO of disregarding the health of 23 million people who live in Taiwan and squarely blamed China of running a pressure campaign against it. And so Taiwan's response to the COVID-19 pandemic has received praises from many experts. The island state has reported just 440 cases and 7 deaths. Officials from Taiwan have repeatedly offered to share their experience with the world community, but this new development has effectively shut the door on Taiwan's participation at the WHO. Taiwan's allies, including the United States, have proposed that the issue be taken up later this year, once the pandemic has been brought under control. This is not the first time that the WHO has displayed bias towards Taiwan. The country claims that WHO refused to share vital data about the outbreak during the initial phase. Both China and WHO have refuted this allegation. For more details, let's quickly go across to our guest, Nicola Smith. She is the Asia correspondent for Telegraph as she joins me live on this broadcast. A very warm welcome to you, Nicola. Let me begin by, of course, touching upon the draft resolution first. The resolution on COVID-19 will be put forward on Tuesday. What happens if it gains backing from 2/3 of the 194 members of the Assembly?
You're talking about the resolution on Taiwan or on the investigation?
On the investigation.
Well, I mean, obviously, there is a huge call for some kind of not only accountability, but also just some answers as to where this virus came from. So far, we just don't have those answers from China. And it's important in terms of stopping this pandemic, this kind of pandemic from happening again. It's very logical to want to know how such a devastating disease has managed to emerge and how to stop it in future.
Right. Nicola, now let's touch upon Taiwan. While Taiwan is not participating in this meeting, as has been confirmed, could the executive board take a call during their meeting on what needs to be done with Taiwan's ground in the world body?
Of course, Taiwan could attend the World Health Assembly. There is absolutely nothing in the UN rules of procedure to say that it cannot. So for the World Health Organization Secretariat to refuse to issue an invite and to try to argue in very convoluted legal terms that it's not able to do so, that in itself is a political call. And Taiwan has a lot of international support led by the US, but also from around the world to attend this very important meeting on the pandemic. And it makes a lot of sense for them to be there. As you said in your introduction, Taiwan has done phenomenally well in combating the virus. It has a lot to teach other countries about how to do that. And it's been deprived of the opportunity to do so. So it's not only a case of its 23 million citizens being deprived of their rights in terms of health protection, but it's also a question of creating a loop in the global health network that could be dangerous for other people as well. As we've seen, this virus doesn't respect borders at all. It's flying around the world, and we currently have Taiwan sitting here and being excluded from very important conversations about that.
Right, absolutely, especially at a time when they have so much to share with the world. Nicola, India's nominee is set to be the next chairperson of the WHO's executive board. What should India's strategy be with regards to Taiwan and China, in your opinion?
Well, I can't really decide India's foreign policy or tell India what to do, but I think India and many other countries now are facing a choice about whether to accept China's view of the world and foreign policy and China's view of Taiwan, or to make up their own minds and decide what they think is the right thing to do and what status Taiwan should be afforded. And that is going to be a difficult decision to make for many countries. China has threatened New Zealand, for example, with economic consequences for supporting Taiwan. But it comes down to whether you want to just give in to those bullying tactics or to actually stand up against them.
Right. Also, this entire meet today is happening at a time when, the entire world is going through the coronavirus crisis. What are the other issues that will be up at the debate?
Well, obviously, people are going to be looking at the question of vaccinations, of antivirals, how the world can work better to produce these. They'll be looking at how to cooperate across borders in terms of easing lockdowns, because every country is at different stages, and just how we can work together internationally and cooperate better, because no one country has the solution to this pandemic. Everybody has to coordinate their strategies a lot better in terms of research and also in terms of opening up borders and helping to revive economies again.
All right, Nicola, thank you so much for bringing in all those inputs. It's good to have you on this broadcast.